Evening, Bob, Cyrus, Patrick, Kenny, lovely to see you again. Well, fuck you too. It's got your panties in a twist.
One of my favorite characters just died.
Oh, did you just finish Citadel?
Yes!
Oof. Feels bad, man.
La 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 la, no spoilers.
You're two of Cyrus's book buddies, I take it? We are. Name's Patrick, folks call me Pat, P him, and when you ring up my medium coffee, put a Protector of the Realm discount on there, if you please.
You got it. What branch?
Lunar Core.
Lunar?
Werewolves.
Oh! Isn't it a full moon now?
Not until tomorrow. And yes, I will be compelled to change into a werewolf that night, but I'll have 95% control of myself. It's kind of like being tipsy, but not drunk in terms of how much control I have with judgment and all that. I can change into a werewolf at any other time, unless it's a new moon. Then I'm still stuck as a human.
And yet, you still smell like wet dog. That's what that smell is. I thought I caught it when you came in.
Can you two see these from all the way down there?
Kenny, they, them, Jeff, he, him, Goblin Corps, 10 years. You should get a whiff after those wolves do a drill.
Ugh, I'll stay in my little reedy hole, thank you.
Well, hey, could be worse. We could be dealing with... Blood Corps.
Well, what do you know? Speak of the devil, and she will appear. Puppy? Who's this now? That's Janine. She's one of the Blood Corps, the vampire branch of the National Guard. She and Pat don't get along. She's not related to Vlad in any way, is she? No, different clan entirely. But her cousin is a higher military rank, so she's something of a nepo baby. Shouldn't you be out terrifying small children? Shouldn't you be out playing fetch? Oh gee, I would, except someone convinced the higher-ups that my corps shouldn't get the mission that we've been gunning for weeks, and thus lost out on promotional opportunities. Wow, it's almost like my corps is older, more skilled, and thus deserves more missions and promotions. Or perhaps you're just more related to your commanding officer? Easy. You are both guests under my roof. If you cannot be civil, you can leave. Pretty sure there's room in the parking lot for a proper showdown. Lighting's pretty good for film, too.
I'll bring the snacks.
I came to speak with the sorceress. Oh yeah, maybe magic can cure nepotism. I was actually hoping it could fix the drifting Fae portal hovering outside of town.
What?
What?
Shh.
A drifting Fae portal. We just got word of it. It's a big one.
Drifting? I thought fairy portals were stationary, like doorways, they stay in one place.
We don't fully understand the relationship between the Fae and mortal realms or how they connect with each other. While most portals are stationary and stable, especially the artificial ones, every now and then you get one that's like fog. It will appear out of nowhere, often very unpredictably, and drift across both realms in a way that cannot be controlled or contained. After a while, be it an hour, a day, a year, it'll cease to exist. And that's a problem? It's like having a portal suddenly appear between two different countries. You can't control which two of them happens or for how long. If it's the US and Britain, that's fine, we're buddies. But if it's the US and Russia, or the middle of Taliban territory, yeah, that can be a problem. This one's just south of town. The other side of it is in the middle of the Fae wilderness, so we likely won't be dealing with another Fae kingdom. No, but there are plenty of dangerous creatures in that wilderness, not the least of which being... unicorns?
Fuck. How many?
A whole fucking herd of them. All the corps are being called to contain and destroy, and all the civilians are being ordered to stay inside or to evacuate.
My house is a 20-minute drive from here.
Better stay here then. I'm gonna assume that unicorns are not the nice, sparkly creatures humans think that they are. Think flesh-eating, bulletproof tanks with near-human intelligence and preference for child's flesh. Yeah, okay.
Let's roll. I've got to get the right ammo. Rainbow bullets, they're a bitch and a half.
I'll join you. Cyrus, stay here to defend? That is not necessary. Yeah, Bob, no offense, but this is a whole herd. of unicorns. They're in the triple digits here. Yes, I am aware. Where did I put your hides are too tough for bullets. Even bombs don't get through, and they're fast. Yes, horses usually aren't. No, that's the silver blade. You need either werewolf strength, vampire strength, or weapons that are specifically enchanted with unicorn blood. Also known as rainbow steel. She is a veteran. All right then, let's go hunting. Any word? No, not really. All civilians are still ordered to stay in their homes or businesses, except the south side of town is under immediate evac orders.
That's where that big-ass field is, right? Kind of borders with the next town's farmlands?
Could have been a much worse place to drop that portal and dump a bunch of flesh-eating unicorns onto us. You gotten through to Nicole? Not yet. She said she was hanging out with the Witch Coven, which is on Stoughton Street, which is on the south side of town, so she's probably evacuating. So she's surrounded by witches. They'll be fine.
Yeah, everyone's gonna be fine. Your boss is the boss, and Patrick's indestructible.
Kinda wish they'd let me in on the fighting, though. This waiting is the worst.
How many people did the National Guard send to fight?
Well... these things were so much tougher back in my day. Keep that western line strong. Do not move from your position.
We don't have nearly enough rainbow bullets for this, and regular bullets ain't gonna cut it.
Your job is just to snipe. Let the werewolves do the heavy lifting. There's enough of them to encircle the unicorns and squeeze them between our forces.
Gonna need a lot of luck.
That's what I'm here for. I'll take another few werewolves over lunch. These horns bastards do not want to go where they're told. They keep wanting to go to Stoughton Street. Why? Maybe they're drawn to the Witch Coven. They can sense magic. Aren't unicorns also drawn to virgins? Virginity is nothing more than a social construct. It's not a scent. More likely, they're drawn to youth. They literally did a study, you undead bitch. Unicorns always go toward people who haven't had sex, no matter how young or old. Bonus points if they're magical. Nicole, are you okay? I'm fine. We're being escorted by soldiers. I think we'll stop by the CaFae. Bob's got a lot of protective charms on it. Hold on, I'm getting a second call. Bob? Hello, Nicole. Are you perhaps on Stoughton Street? Being now with the soldiers. How's it going, Bob? It's going well. It'll go better if you can move a little bit faster. You wouldn't happen to be near the park on the intersection of 3rd, would you? Yes. Nicole, this is a very personal question, and I do apologize, but it's important for you to be truthful. Are you a virgin? No. Yeah, can confirm. Let me rephrase. Despite having subhuman intelligence, unicorns are extremely archaic. They really only use the traditional cishet version of sexual relations when determining ideal prey. Have you ever had sex with a man? Non-binaries assigned male at birth do not count. No, I have only slept with women and NBs. Those are the two genders I'm attracted to. There is no way that she's the only virgin in that area. She is not. There are plenty of others, most of them children. She's also a witch with some fey blood, so that makes her more potent to unicorns. This seems very oddly contrived and somewhat tropey. Yeah, what is this, a bad urban fantasy novel? This just seems to be a very specific and odd set of circumstances designed to put me in danger. The herd keeps trying to push through the werewolves to go to the town at large. They're drawn to the scent, so feel free to say no, Nicole, but if I'm used as bait, you can draw them away from the town and destroy them more easily. Yes. Alright, where do I go? You come right back to CaFae Latte is where you go. What the shit, Bob? How can you ask this? Yeah, I agree. We really shouldn't be asking this of a civilian. She's volunteering, and she's hardly the first civilian to do so. This isn't the Middle Ages anymore. It's the 21st century. We're held to a higher standard than whatever bullshit era you started in. She's a witch. In training. I assume she'll have a fey bodyguard. If not me, then Cyrus. Yeah, boss, I gotcha. We'll drive Nicole there. You're taking me with you. And how exactly are you going to defend yourself and your lady love from creatures that are impervious to mortal bullets? They are not impervious to the rainbow bullets that cost an astronomical $60 a clip. they were shiny and pretty, and we've had to fight paranormal creatures before. Honestly, fair. We're on our way, boss. Nicole, don't move. I hate this plan. I hate it so fucking much. Yeah, we heard you the first 20 times. How are you doing, Nicole? Shush. I'm enchanting your weapons for luck. Right on. Here, Cyrus, give me your knives. Probably don't need it, but go nuts. I still can't believe they asked you to do this. I offered. You can't tell me that there isn't a single virgin or near virgin in the Blood Corps or Lunar Corps or whoever else they've got out there. If there were, they'd have already volunteered. Here you go, Cyrus. Okay, we're coming up on the field. Oh. Shit. That's a lot of unicorns. I hate this. Well, there's our bait. And yes, the unicorn smeller. Alright, everyone keep our line between them and the car. Oh, this is already so much easier. 13! 15. Hey, you, werewolf. Yes, you should be with the rest of your kind, securing the perimeter. What? Oh, no, he's not one of ours. What? Yeah, no, he's the wolver, not a werewolf, alright? Old friend of Bob's. What's the difference? He's Scottish. Good shot. That wasn't us. That wasn't the goblins either. Then who? Up on the roof. Excellent hit, baby. Oh, you got one trying to sneak around, cutting them off up the north. I see him. Those fancy rainbow bullets will come in handy eventually. I'm almost out of them, though. Oh, Bob finally spotted us. Hi, sweetie. You're doing great. Those two are not a part of my unit. But I kind of wish they were. Those are civilians. Should we enforce the evac order? No, they know what they're doing. Let them have their fun. Alright, darlings, that was some excellent unicorn fighting out there. I have snacks and water. My husband or one of the other medics and first responders will be with you shortly. Nicole, baby, so good to see you. What are you doing here? I was bait. I'm sorry? Hey, is Bob alright? I don't see her in here. Oh, she's fine and dandy. I believe I saw her on the eastern side of the field. Great. Cyrus, good to see you alive and in one piece. Can't really say the same for you. JC's on the warpath. Oh, desperate times. We won, though, with the minimum of casualties on our side, thanks to Nicole. Yeah, one of those minimum casualties is why JC's on the warpath. What? So we drove around the field, as you said, getting the unicorns' attention and then taking Nicole behind friendly lines so the unicorns all had to get through the werewolves, the vampires, the goblins, and you to get to us. And that worked. You guys decimated them, obviously. Good job. Except a few managed to sneak around you. Now, Nicole had enchanted our weapons during the drive, so at first we were able to stay in the car and have JC fire their handgun. They had only 2 clips of rainbow bullets, but damn, every single one of them hit. It took care of 3 of those unicorns. Each of them took an unbelievable amount of hits before going down. Okay. Unicorns 4 and 5 kept chasing us. I'm driving away from them. Then unicorn number 6 comes out of nowhere and uses its horn to bust your tires. My tires? Yeah, I had to use your car. That's what was in the parking lot. Mine's back at the house. Continue. So JC runs out of bullets and the car is immobile. The 3 unicorns are turning it into Swiss cheese. You're probably going to need to get new doors in addition to new tires. So I get out and I use these to take out the unicorns. Nicole gets on top of the car where it's a bit safer and also so they can better see and catch her scent, being the whole bait thing. JC grabbed the tire iron from the back and made a nuisance of themselves when one of those unicorns punched their head through the back window and got stuck. By the way, you need new windows. I threw my knife at the unicorn stuck in the window, and I don't know if it was me or Nicole's spell or both, but I got it in the neck. It went down. Final unicorn rammed into the car hard enough that Nicole fell off, she landed wrong, and twisted her wrist. The car was between me and the unicorn, so I couldn't get to it, but I did get to Nicole. Figured I'd stand between her and the monster like the gallant savior I am. So you killed the final unicorn. No, JC kill stole. They grabbed the knife I'd thrown earlier, got out of the car, and threw it. No form or grace to it, so it was definitely Nicole's good luck spell that actually got it in the eye and made it fall on top of the hood of your car. You should probably get your engine checked too. I assume that the fact that I'll have to purchase an entirely new car has not dimmed Jennifer Charles' wrath. Nope. There you are, Bob. What the fuck were you thinking? I was thinking that we needed to prevent the entire town's population from being eaten alive. Nicole is a civilian. I'm a civilian. You should never have put her in that situation. No, but circumstances did not allow for anything else. That is such... JC, enough. Babe, you're acting like she bullied or pressured me into it, and like I don't have any say in the matter. I did, I knew the dangers, and I agreed to it. She put your life in direct danger. Look at your wrist! It will heal. And maybe there was a better way, but none of us could come up with it in that time. Please respect my choice. Seeing you hurt was one of the most terrifying and horrible things I've ever experienced in my life. Please don't ever do that again. Oh, so long as there aren't any more unicorns dropping in on us. There shouldn't be. The portal's already closing on its own. I'll help seal it up if needed. I'm sorry. You are not the first civilian to take out their helpless rage over a loved one's wartime injury onto their commanding officer. But I forgive you. Great! Friends again. Who wants tacos? Hey Patrick! Team Civilian and I are gonna go get tacos. Boss's treat. You wanna come? No. Some of us have to stick around and do the cleanup, and unfortunately, that's kind of my job. You want me to bring you back something? I just spent the last few hours running around a giant-ass field, herding a pack of unicorns and tearing apart any that tried to kill me. I would sell my soul for some tacos. Final kill count, 24. 24. Not bad. Unfortunately for you, this nepotism baby is sitting happily at 26. That's because we did most of the work and made things easier for you, as usual. Would you just admit that I may have, perhaps, over the course of 300 years of service, developed a bit of martial skill on my own? 300 years of service? The U.S. didn't start recruiting supernatural creatures until the 1970s. Yes, and having to change my identity every human generation, and having to pass as a man in earlier centuries was a huge pain in the ass. The passing as a man wasn't that hard since I was assigned male at birth, but then I get to fully transition at the same time the human government starts to recruit both women and paranormal creatures into their combat ranks. Great! Except suddenly, oh, you no longer have a penis? Well, there's no way we can make you an officer despite your centuries of experience that we don't really believe you have because you can't prove it because you had to take up a whole new identity every time you enlisted. So instead, we're going to give the officer position to your cousin who's only been alive for 100 years, actively serving for 50. And we're going to promote and reward him for all of your accomplishments because he's a real man. I only finally got promoted to lieutenant last decade. I did not know that. Well, you never asked. Oh, yes, because you're so friendly and amiable. It's not like you take every opportunity to call me and every other werewolf a dog or puppy or insult our intelligence. The first time we met, we were supposed to work together for a mission. You went out of your way to try to get our core swapped out for literally any other species. Okay, that's a fair hit. In my defense, many wars I've fought have included werewolves on the other side, and your commanding officer had a very particular attitude toward vampires. Yeah, an attitude no one in his unit shared until we met you. Alright, look, it seems we've both been a bit of a nightmare toward each other, so after we're done with this mess and we've recovered, do you want to get something to eat? You pick the venue and I'll pay? Hey, Wolver! What you need, lad? Is your place gonna be open next week? Of course it will. You think something as little as a unicorn invasion is gonna close the Wolver's net? Come on, give me some credit. Friday.